everybody, and welcome back to Super Smash Bros. Week here on Twitch Productions. I'm gonna be real honest, I lost track of what day this is supposed to be. Somewhere along the line, I skipped this video. Don't know how, don't know why. So I'm gonna just insert a number here, and some cheesy Siri number of what day this is supposed to be.
Hello and welcome to day 4 of Super Smash Bros. Week.
Ah, nice. Okay, guys, so moving on. Today I want to talk about who is likely to get cut from Smash Brothers. If we're going to go into this assuming that it is a sequel and not a direct port like I think we should at this point, it's more likely than not that some characters are going to get cut. Hopefully not, since Nintendo did work so hard to put in a bunch of past characters. And just because they're cut doesn't mean they won't come back as DLC later on, but hey, we'll see what happens. So I've arranged characters into 3 different categories: no risk, medium risk, and high risk. For the no risk characters, I'm going to have photos coming up so it's a little bit easier to digest this. I'm just going to run through them real quick so we know who we're talking about. I don't think these characters are going to get cut. It doesn't make sense to me that any of these would get cut. So, of course, the original 12. I'm not even going to mention them. They're on screen. You know who they are. They're not getting cut. They're going to be in every single game until the end of time. I also think Princess Peach and Bowser from the Mario franchise are safe. Why would they cut those characters? It just doesn't make sense. Same goes for Zelda, Ganondorf, and Sheik. Again, those are just classic Zelda characters. Why would they be cut? I could see Sheik and Zelda being put back into one character. I think that would be a mistake, but that could happen. But they're not going to get cut. Falco, Marth, Mr. Game & Watch, Wario, and Diddy Kong I also don't think are going to get cut. These are all big characters that have appeared for a long time, and unless some type of Ice Climber scenario comes up, I don't think any of these characters are going to get cut. Meta Knight, DDD, Charizard, Ike, Olimar, Pit, Rob, Villager, Little Mac, and Bowser Jr. I think all those characters are safe, like I said, unless some type of Ice Climbers deal shows up, and for whatever reason they have to be cut. They might, but I think those characters are not at risk of being cut. So my medium risk characters are what I call the at risk for downsizing. And these are characters that probably won't get cut, but they are more likely, if the roster wants to shrink a little bit, that these are going to be the characters that are going to be thrown out. So Toon Link, he's basically Link, and Toon Link hasn't had a game in a while, so I could see them removing Toon Link, especially if they make Breath of the Wild Link a separate character from original Link. Lucas, he was cut before, he's basically a clone of Ness. I could see Lucas getting cut, just like he did in Brawl. I think it would be a mistake, but it could happen. The Wii Fit Trainer, again, just because of relevancy, I don't know. I mean, Wii Fit Trainer is a pretty good representative for the Wii era, but I could see them being removed. Palutena, again, I could see her getting removed. I don't think it will because she's a Sakurai character, but it could happen. You know, we only really need Pit as far as Kid Icarus characters go, so I could see her being removed. Duck Hunt, again, just that kind of, are they relevant enough to be in this game? I think so. I don't think they need to be cut. Any of these characters, to be honest with you, I don't think anyone needs to be cut. But I could see them, if they're trimming the fat, those would be some of the characters that go. Next we have Lucario, Greninja, and Shulk. And these 3 characters I'm lumping together because I feel like they're in similar places. For Lucario and Greninja, I could see one of them being replaced for a new Pokemon fighter, because they might not want to put another one in there. I think Lucario's at more of a risk than Greninja in this case. I'm not 100% on if this is going to happen. I am a little bit worried about Lucario making it into the next game, to be honest with you. But if they needed a space, and they're like, listen, we got too many Pokemon guys in here, I think Lucario or Greninja could be cut. I don't think characters like Jigglypuff, Pikachu, and Charizard are ever going to get cut. So I think that one of these 2 are more likely to go if they have to cut a Pokemon representative for whatever reason. Shulk, same thing. I could see Rex and Pyra just replacing Shulk altogether. I don't think that's going to happen, but it is a possibility, and I think it's more of a possibility than someone like Princess Peach getting cut, and that's why he's in this list. So my high-risk fighters are fighters that are probably going to get cut if cuts are made. These characters include the clone fighters, Dr. Mario, Roy, Lucina, and Dark Pit. All of these characters I feel like are very likely to be cut, especially if Lucina, Dr. Mario, and Dark Pit are just brought back into their original place as they were going to be skins. Roy could also just be a skin. Again, I think you could utilize characters like Dark Pit better and Dr. Mario better with what we talked about in the changing the movesets video, but they could definitely be cut. And I think they're at a higher risk than any other character in the game because they are clones. I think there would be massive outrage if Roy got cut again, but it could happen. We also have the DLC characters, the third-party characters, Ryu, Mega Man, Pac-Man, and Cloud, as well as Sonic. All of those could be cut because if we're renegotiating and moving on to another game, if all of those characters have to be renegotiated, they could be cut. They're third parties, you know, they don't have to come back. Just like we saw Snake drop out in between games, I think those are likely to come. I personally think all those characters will come back, but, you know, they are at risk for being cut. And lastly, we fun enough have Robin and Corrin. Again, similar to how Greninja and Shulk are in a position where they might be recast almost, I think Robin and Corrin are in that because they might just want to have the new Lord from the new Fire Emblem game in there because there are a lot of Fire Emblem reps. So they might want to just cut down a little bit and add it, and instead of adding in another one, replacing one, especially since there has been a lot of outcry about being like, hey, there are too many of these anime swords in my games. Knock it off. Personally, I think all crazy. Because Fire Emblem's great. I mean, we do have 3 Marvs. Sure, but... So guys, that's who I think will get cut. And I know I missed a couple characters in that no-risk category, but they're all going to be up in that photo because, I mean, I wrote a lot of them down, but I didn't read everybody off because they're not going to get cut. Let's just be honest. Like, Mewtwo wasn't in there, but is Mewtwo going to get cut again? Really? Mewtwo? If they do that, I'm going to be really annoyed. Could you imagine Mewtwo getting cut again? That's what annoys me. That's what I don't get. Like, if they're going to cut characters that we have to pay for as DLC, except for the third parties, which I can understand, it's going to be a little annoying, I just think. But I don't think it's going to... I really don't think characters are going to get cut from in between these 2 Smash Brothers games. I don't know why. I just get the feeling that, hey, if they put this much effort into making all these characters again, and the really only characters we need from the cut characters to come back are Wolf and Ice Climbers, which Ice Climbers has to come back, let's be honest here. But if those are the only 2 characters we, like, need, I guess Snake, but that's not going to happen. You know, Ivysaur, Squirtle, Pichu, and Young Link are less likely and probably not going to happen. But I think Wolf and Ice Climbers also will be returning in this game, so why wouldn't this happen? Why would they cut characters? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it's going to happen, especially if it's a 1.5 sequel, like I think it is. So, that's it. That's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Who do you think will get cut? Who do you want to get cut? It could be anybody. Maybe you don't want Mario in this game. I don't know why you wouldn't want Mario in this game, but maybe you don't. But like, favorite, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And come back every day this week at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Will be a new video about Super Smash Brothers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time. Bye.